Hi, I'm Lexi from the Georgetown Project, and I'm going to show you this week how to make brush spots. So if you picked up one of our curbside supply bags, this is what would be in it. You'll have 2 pipe cleaners and feathers and googly eyes. It's for decorating it. You'll have a toothbrush head, some washi tape, and a little stick of glue, a battery, and then the little motor. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, and then from home, the only thing you might need is scissors and anything else you might want to decorate your brush spot. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with the legs, because that's a little easier to get those taped down before you add the battery and the motor. So I have 2 choices. I can make a combination of a couple of yellow legs and a couple of green legs, or I can choose one color. So I'm going to use my scissors, and so you might want to get a grown-up to help you with this. You just want to cut, it's not too hard to cut with scissors, but just a few inches for legs. So I've got about this long, and I'm going to just make an X and cross them, twist them a little bit so they cross, and then they become 4 legs. So the next thing I will do is I'll take the toothbrush and I'm going to attach them like this. So I'm going to bend them just a little bit so that they angle down, more like legs would, right? Like a little spider, 4-legged spider. Okay, and then I'm going to use the washi tape to attach it. So I'm going to just pull some out. If you have hot glue at home, that's something you can use with a grown-up's help, but that can be pretty dangerous. So we're just going to use the tape here. Okay, so we've got that on there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is open the battery. Okay, so now you have your legs and your BristleBot, and we're going to take the battery and the motor for the next part. And your motor has 2 wires coming out of it. You can see that the blue and the red coating is on there, and then if you can just see the little edge here, you can see the wire sticking out. So one of those wires will attach on one side of the battery, and the other wire will attach on the other side of the battery. You just want to make sure that the metal is actually touching the metal, because if it's just touching the side here, it's not going to do anything. So you might need to, like I kind of bent this one over a little bit. I'm going to bend this one, just this little tip here, in just a little bit so that it touches. And if it doesn't work at first, just keep trying, because it took me a few tries to make sure that I was doing it right and make it work. Okay, so I've got this with the blue touching here. And so I'm going to make the red touch. And can you see that? The vibrating? So that means it's working. So I'm going to go ahead and attach one side of this with washi tape. So I'm going to pull a little bit of this off. And it doesn't matter which side goes to which, or which one you attach first or second. You just want to attach, oops, I don't want to make it keep vibrating. Just attach one side. So I'm going to just put this right over here, so make sure it's touching the metal to the metal, and then I'm going to test it again, make sure it still will work. Oh, yep. Okay. So, so this is going to go down here on our BristleBot. So I'm going to get another piece of tape. This one will be a little longer, maybe not that long. About like this. And I'm going to put this here. Actually, I forgot I can't go all the way around his little body. It's the bristles. So I'm just going to go like this. To here on the side, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. You could use one piece of tape if you want, or 2. Just attach it however you like. Okay, so that's attached. It's got a little tail here, right? This actually has a little sticker you can remove that makes it sticky. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick this up here, just like this, so it's kind of out of the way. Okay? And before we go any further, I'm going to add some decorations for him. So I'm going to use my glue. Get it on my hand right away. That's why I've got my towel here, right? Okay, so I'm gonna add a little glue here for eyeballs. There's one eye. Let me turn it this way a little bit. And so this will probably need to dry just a little bit before we can get going again. Okay, so it's got eyeballs. And then I could add some feathers if I wanted to. Maybe I'll just add one. I'm gonna do the smaller one. Now you can cut these feathers if you want to. I just don't want to get anything messing up our connections here. So I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna cut this. And you know, the best part of course is that you can do it however you like to do it and make it your own. So there we go. It's got a little feather decoration. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute before we go ahead and do the last part. So we'll come back in a minute. Okay, so now our glue has dried, and what we need to do, the only thing left to do, is to attach the red wire. Now I'm gonna test it before I try to tape it down. You see it vibrating? Or hear it? So I know it works. Now, if I did that and it didn't work, then probably what that means is that the blue wire that's underneath here has come loose and it's not quite touching metal to metal. So if that happens, you might have to take this back off and fiddle with it, tape it back down and try again. It can get frustrating, but that's what scientists do. They try something, and if it doesn't work, then they try it a different way, and if it doesn't work, they think about what else they could do. So just stick with it, little scientists, and you'll get it. Okay, so just gonna tape this part down. So what I'm gonna do is get another little piece of this washi tape. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure this is bent just a little bit because I think it attaches a little bit better. Now what's gonna happen is when I go to tape it down, when I press that down here, it's gonna start vibrating. So it's gonna make it a little trickier to tape down. So I'm gonna actually lift it up in the air so it doesn't move around quite so much, or so I have a little more control. Might be something that two people do, like when maybe a parent holds and a child tapes, or the other way around. So I'm gonna make sure this can attach right here, and I'm gonna add tape so that it's metal to metal, and press it down. Okay, so see, it's when I press it down it goes. So I think I need to I lost my feather. That's okay, I can glue that on again. I need to make sure the tape is a little bit more snug. See his eyes rattling when it vibrates. And there we go. And if I want to, I can add a little bit more glue to make this stick again. And if its legs were up, let's make its leg go up a little bit more, so it'll move across the table. There we go. Go, brush spot, go. All right, so this is a challenging project this week, but it's really lots of fun and totally doable. You just might have to keep trying to get those wires just in the right spots. So I hope you have lots of fun with this project. And please send us pictures of your little brush bots. Maybe if you have more than one in your family, they can have a little race, although they mostly go in circles. Hope you have a great time and have a good week. Thanks so much. Bye.